Okay, so we're going to go right on. This is ready. Super excited for you guys to be here on the webinar. I've got a great and I promise I'm going to only deliver this in just 30 minutes. That's it. We're going to have some powerful training here in less than 30 minutes. You're going to be able to. But before I kind of go in, so my friend, go into the chat room real quick and tell me, can you hear me loud? So just go ahead and say hello. In a moment, I'm going to turn on my camera a little bit. You guys can hear me nice and loud. You never know. Sometimes when you go live on webinar, sometimes things just gotta make sure the live invited people, before you're doing the webinar, always make sure that before you get halfway through the webinar and realize nobody's going to understand. You're doing a webinar. So, let's see if everybody's jumping in here. Looks like got 3 people on. It looks like we got Kristen, Nancy, and Jackie. Hello there, everybody. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me okay. There we go. All right. So it looks like I fixed that problem. Looks like you couldn't hear me. So this is Eddie. Hello, everybody. I love it. I just kind of fixed a little technical problem. So pardon me if it was a little silent there for a few moments. Welcome, everybody, to the webinar. See, it's always, this is a great tip. When you start doing webinars, which I'm going to talk about that, you're going to get a bonus training on webinars today. Always make sure that your technical stuff is set up and you're sounding good. So everyone should be able to hear me nice and clearly now. So if anybody can hear me, it looks like there's a few people in the room now. We got Kristen and we got Nancy and we got Jackie in. Hi, Jackie. It's good to see you. Nancy, can you hear me now? And does it sound good? Like, you know, is the quality good enough? I've got a pretty nice microphone here that, you know, there we go. Just want to make sure we're good to go on that. All right, Kristen. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to go right to the video and turn on my camera. And let's make sure you can even see me. So bear with me here just a second while I do that. The majority of what I'm going to be sharing here is going to be through the camera. I want you guys to know how easy it is to do webinars. And I'm going to show you tonight, I'm going to prove that you don't need to have a whole bunch of fancy slides. You don't have to have any kind of fancy anything. It's really just about you and sharing some information that is going to help people. So bear with me one moment while I turn on my camera. So if you're, let's see, actually, you know what? I'm just going to turn it on. Give me a sec. Looks like we just got a couple of people showing up here at the last minute. So come on in, hang out, guys. We're going to start here in just a second. Sorry, one second. You know, it's nice to have these things, you know, worked out before you start. But you know what? It happens sometimes. Like, for example, here's a great example. I actually just shut off the chat. All right, so list all available commands. Okay. There we go. All right, back on. Okay, looks like we're all good. Okay, let's get the camera going here. Why isn't it letting me share my camera? Come on, man. Come on, peeps. I got something really cool to share here. Camera off, turn it back on. There we go. All right. Okay, guys, can you hear and see me? Now can you hear and see me? We're going to be talking about some awesome tips here on accountability. And I hope you guys have been following me on Facebook, because I'm going to be bringing up a lot of the stuff that I've been teaching. So if you can see and hear me, let me know in the chat and we will start immediately. All right, awesome. We're ready to go. All right, welcome everybody. My name is Eddie Villa. I am excited to be here. So first, let's talk about why am I here? Why are we even talking about this subject? As you're watching this training that I'm going to be doing, like I said, I'm going to wrap this up in less than 30 minutes. What you're going to be able to do when you are done with this training is that you are actually going to be inspired. Okay, you're going to be actually excited and inspired to go and start holding people accountable in the next 30 minutes when I'm done. How great is that? I'm making a very bold statement here. I'm literally telling you, I don't even know you that well. And I'm telling you that when you're done watching this, you're going to be inspired to go and start holding people accountable immediately, whether it's in your business or maybe in your family, right? Kids, this is the kind of thing that will work for everybody. And especially if you were in the network marketing business, this is going to catapult your business dramatically if you're able to do this. And the goal is to be able to help people go from where they are beyond who they could possibly ever think they could be. Does that make sense? Like, think about, even for yourself, how far do you think you could go? And my job is to show you how you can take yourself to an even further beyond that and be able to help other people do that too. Bold promise, in 30 minutes, you're going to be excited to start doing that today, immediately. So that's the kind of value I'm going to be bringing here. Look at my excitement is drying up my mouth. We're going to go anyway. Now, I'm going to ask you another thing real quick. If you have ever wanted to work with me or Angela personally one-on-one, as if you were in our business and right on our front line, if you have ever wanted to do that, okay, because maybe you're not in our business or not, whatever, if you've ever wanted to know what it's really like to get some specific one-on-one coaching and training from us, then I want you to stick all the way through to the end of this training, because after the 30 minutes is up, I'm going to take some questions from you, so I want you to write those down. And I'll be able to work with you and teach you some things that maybe it'll help you kind of get your accountability going. But if you really want to know what it's like to be with us on our front line and actually get straight, honest, of our best trainings, then stick around to the end. I've got a very powerful surprise for you. Okay? All right. So first off, real quick, before we kind of get started, I want you to shut off all other phones, shut off anything that you got going on. Turn it off. And I want you guys to focus and command it. I'm trying to command your attention right now. I want you to really dial into this training. I promised you it's going to be short. All right. I'm going to give you some simple tips, and I will tell you what to write down. Okay. So I don't want you to write down everything I say. Got it? When I say write this down, then you write this down. All right. I'm going to teach you how I'm going to walk you through the whole thing. So unless I say write this down, don't bother. What I do want you to write down is ideas and feelings and inspirations you get during this. Okay. What I want you to write down is the thoughts and process that go through your mind, like, oh my gosh, Eddie just said this. I need to write this down quick. Grab a Post-it note or whatever you need to do and write that down. That is more important than this, because this is recorded. You can come back and watch this anytime you want. All right. And whether it's through Webinar Jam or through YouTube, it'll be available to you to access anytime. So again, focus, stop the multitasking. And I want you to think about real quick while we're going through this, what is it you want with your life, your business, or being a parent or whatever? What is it you really want? Okay. I want you to start honing in on that, because my goal is to give you some simple things that are actually going to get you closer to that thing. Okay. In order to get closer to that thing, you got to know what it is. All right. So first off, let me just qualify myself for those of you guys who may or may not know. In 2011, in June of 2011, I was fired. And then in July of 2011, I was fired again from a totally different company. What happened over the next 3 years after that was my wife and I working our butts off to build a business, okay, to build a business to work from home. And in November of 2013, I was able to quit this random job that I took just to make ends meet. I was able to quit that job. Okay, and I'm going to tell you something. In that 3 years, we went through a lot of pain and struggle, a lot of overcoming a lot of mindset obstacles and things like that. And ultimately, by November 2013, I was able to quit my job, come home, and work full time with Angela. And over the next 2 years, We rank advanced our business from, in our business, in our company that we partner with the doTERRA International, was essential oils. We went from the gold position to platinum to diamond in about a year and a half. Okay. And so me being home was a big, crucial key to that. And the reason why I personally am on here teaching the things that I've learned is because in the last year and a half, I have been teaching everything I know about mindset, all the things that I learned to get myself into the right place, in the right place of mind, to be able to be a contributing member of our business. Huge. This has been a huge thing. And so what I have been doing for the last year is teaching everything I've learned. And in the last 8 months, actually the last 10 months, I started a coaching business where people who are not in our business could hire me to work with them personally. And while doing that, I've had it's actually three of my clients in the last 4 months rank advance as well. All right, hit rank advance to silver, rank advance to gold, and we're going to be taking them to the next level. And I've got 2 more clients, people that will work with me that are not in our business. They are working right now to rank advance this month. I'm very excited. One of them is in Australia, who I'm excited about, and the other one's out here in the West Coast of the United States. So super excited. All right, I'm good at this because I've worked really hard to improve myself and improve my skills. And that's the one thing which is I'm going to talk about today, which is the biggest piece, is the accountability piece. Okay, that's why I know this stuff, and I don't have a bunch of fancy slides. I've just got great information that's going to make a big difference. Cool. So if you can still hear me, everything, you guys excited? You ready to learn? I can't wait to teach you these little things about accountability that'll make a big difference. So I have the chat box, the chat room open right here. Anytime you have a thought or a question you want me to to respond to, put it in there, and we're going to work together. Okay. So you know what? I was going to bring up I've got a great video with some testimonials of people who have worked with me. But I'm going to skip that. I'm going to assume you guys that are here, you guys believe me, right? I don't need to bring up testimonials, do I? I need to show videos and waste time. Let's just get right to the content. I want you guys to know, I just want you guys to trust me and believe that I've been here and done that. I've gone through a lot of pain. I've gone through a lot of mistakes to get where I'm at. And I don't want you to have to go through all that pain in order to learn what I've learned. I want you to be able to get some shortcuts and learn it now and start applying the things that I learned, and it'll make it simple for you. Cool. Okay. So if you guys can hear me okay, you're ready to go, just do me a favor in the chat box, just type in ready to go, can't wait, something like that, just so I know you can still hear and see me. Now, while you're doing that, I want you to stop for a minute and think or imagine, okay? Dream with me just for a second. I'm not seeing anybody in the chat. I know there's a bit of a delay, so I just want to make sure. But while we're waiting for ready to go, awesome. Thank you, Nancy. What I want you guys to dream about right now is imagine yourself 6 months down the road, 1 year down the road, or 5 years down the road. All right. I want you to imagine yourself just for a second. Don't put down the pencils. Don't worry about the notes or any of that right now. I just want you to imagine just for a second. Imagine yourself like the people that I described, rank advancing, making more money, able to do things like hold people accountable. I want you to picture that. And being the kind of person that other people lean on to hold them accountable, to inspire them to go beyond who they believe they can be. All right, I want you to imagine what kind of life would that create for you. Okay, what kind of person would you become with the ability to hold people accountable in an uplifting way, not a negative way, an uplifting, positive way? What kind of freedoms will you be able to enjoy, let's say a year from now, because you've developed and worked hard and done this skill? And I just want to talk about a couple of problems that there are with holding people accountable. It's people's mindsets and beliefs that holding accountable means some kind of like being a mean person. Most people have had bad teachers when they were kids, okay? Somewhere between 2 and 7, you had a bad teacher, whether it was mom or dad or an actual teacher, let's say in kindergarten, first grade, or even second grade. You had a bad teacher who gave you a poor mindset about accountability. And what they did was they looked at you and say, you're bad. There's something wrong with you. You're broken because you can't get blank done. All right. Or like they put this great video there. They basically looked at you like, hey, you're a fish. And I've been trying to teach you how to climb a tree. But you know what? The problem is that you're not a fish who, you're not a fish who has to learn how to climb a tree. You're just a human being who's in a different place than everybody else. But because you were so young, you can't know these things. You can't possibly understand that what your poor teachers were telling you weren't a permanent thing. Okay? It wasn't a permanent thing. And most of the time, these poor teachers were really talking about themselves, not you. But you have taken it on and created it as some kind of belief like, oh yeah, accountability is bad. You have to be mean in order to hold someone accountable. This is one of the biggest fundamental problems with the word accountability. It creates some kind of a negative feeling. And here's the deal, my friends, is that if you're going to try and hold somebody accountable and you've got this negative mindset about it, guess what you're going to do? That's right. You're going to bring that negative mindset to this accountability meeting, which is not going to help you. It's going to make you feel just gross inside. And ultimately, your business will not go anywhere because you can't ultimately help other people grow beyond their belief about themselves. Right? You guys get it? Like, I'm so passionate about holding people accountable in a positive way because I've seen it done, and I've seen it done very well. And so, like I promised, I'm giving you some great things that in the next, we got now 12 minutes. I'm going to be teaching you something in just 12 minutes, not 30 anymore. We've got 12 minutes left. That's how awesome this is going to be and how simple this is going to be. Okay. First off, let's talk about the first rule to accountability. Number one, no, you don't have to write this down. I will tell you what to write down, but accountability starts with me or with you, okay? As the person who wants to hold other people accountable. In order to be able to hold people accountable, you have to be able to understand accountability for you. So this you're going to want to write down. Number one, I have to experience accountability. I have to experience what it's like to tell somebody I'm going to do something and either do it or not, and then that person come to me and say, hey, did you do it? You have to experience, you have to be open to being held accountable first. If you can't do this, then forget this whole thing. And here's what's beautiful about this. In order to hold somebody accountable, that means that you have to have gone through it. And I want to tell you this, the most common misconception about accountability is that people think that they have to be perfect in order to hold someone accountable. Bold-faced lie. Don't buy into this lie. Do not buy into this lie. You do not have to be perfect in order to hold somebody accountable. You don't. Screw that. I'm serious. All you have to do is be compassionate and a good listener. And that means with you. That's right. I'm looking at you right now. I'm asking you to be compassionate and a good listener to what's going on in here. All right. I hope you're being inspired right now. I hope you're looking and go, oh my gosh, this is so true. I want you guys to understand that you cannot hold other people accountable until you've created some kind of positive mindset in your head about what true accountability is. And that means honestly, it means being compassionate and listening to you. What's really going on? All right. What's really happening when you don't keep promises to you? It's one of two things. Either you've made promises you can't keep because maybe you were trying to trick yourself or trying to push yourself or whatever. For whatever reason, you made promises that were too big, right? And then you overwhelmed yourself and you didn't keep them. And what happens is, like most people, you beat yourself up. I'm going to hover on that just for a second. This is why accountability is so nasty. It's because of the way we treat ourselves. It's wrong. It's a bunch of horse crap, and it needs to stop right now. You cannot constantly beat yourself up and think it's going to get you somewhere. It's not. Being mean to yourself, putting yourself down is not going to motivate you to move forward because there's no way it would help anybody move forward. Okay? So once again, number one, I have to be able to hold myself accountable in a positive, uplifting way. And what that means is, very simply, setting clear expectations, right? Or clear agreements. Forget the word expectations. We'll talk about why that's a bad word. Clear agreements with myself on what I'm going to accomplish, that I know that I can do. right? Staying consistent with that agreement and going ahead and accomplishing and doing it. And write it down, by the way, you got to write it down. If I don't accomplish it, then what happened? If I do accomplish it, what do I get? There has to be a reward. Awesome, right? So this whole process you're going to go through with yourself, you're going to put it on other people, the people you care about, because you care about them as much as you care about you, which should be a lot. As of today, you care about yourself twice as much than you did yesterday. Got it? That's the deal. Promise me right now. You're going to start caring about yourself more than you care about yourself yesterday. Okay, so here's the deal. So we come in, we say, this is what I want to accomplish, and I'm going to accomplish it by this day. And then I put together a plan on how I'm going to get it done and so on. And then when the day comes, I can say, okay, I can sit down. I got my piece of paper where I said I was going to do it. And then I'm going to ask myself, number one, did it get done? If the answer is yes, then I get a reward. And the reward is set beforehand. Okay, some kind of reward, keep it simple and keep it loving. Don't reward yourself with food. Okay, don't do it. It's going to kill you, I promise. Although, I'll be honest, I get it. Okay, a trip to the ice cream parlor is sometimes a nice reward. But that can't be it. It's got to be something that really touches your heart and your spirit. Something simple, whether it's spending time with your kids or having a break on your own, maybe just going down to the local coffee shop and hanging out for an hour. Make that deal with your spouse, your husband, and watch the kids. Hey, I'm going to go reward myself right now. I worked my butt off for the last week and I deserve it. Got it? This is one of the things that so many people get wrong because we think that by rewarding ourselves, it's making us weaker, and that's a bunch of horse crap. It's actually making you stronger. Okay, so take good care of yourself by rewarding yourself when you do things well. Next thing, if you didn't get it done, it's not about beating you up or punishing yourself. In fact, you're going to reward yourself here too, and I'll explain why. Real simple. You're just going to ask yourself, hey, I love this. Again, you're going to reward yourself. You got to reward yourself. We're going to turn this negative situation into a very powerful positive that's going to grow you forward. You're going to ask yourself one simple question. How did that happen? And you're going to take out your journal, a book, or something. I wish I could have my journal here to show you a good example. But you take out your journal and you start writing down, okay, I didn't get it done. How did that happen? Well, I had this, and this, and that's it. Write it all down. Write it all down. Have a good time blaming God or blaming other people or whatever. Just as long as you're telling the truth, okay? Tell the truth and get to the bottom of what it is that actually got in your way. And do not beat yourself up. This is not about beating yourself up. Because if you decide to beat yourself up during this process, then you're going to beat other people up when they don't do what they're supposed to. Think about how you act with your kids. Think about how you act with your spouse or your friends or people you care about, your parents even, when they don't fulfill their agreements with you, right? It's not cool. Don't do it to yourself and you won't do it to other people. So let's be real about it. Just tell the truth. What happened, right? What got in the way? And then you start all over again. You reward yourself for being honest. Remember, I talked about rewarding yourself. Boom, you get another reward. It's not as good as the other, is rewarding yourself when you do get it done. But it could be a nice reward. Maybe getting to watch a TV show that's uplifting. Maybe doing a few sit-ups, push-ups, or going for a walk. Because exercise is a really good reward. And so on. Got it? So you got to reward yourself either way. So comment right now. Tell me what are your big takeaways from that. And then I'm going to take some questions in a few moments. So what we're doing is we're teaching you how to hold other people accountable in an uplifting way by teaching you how to hold yourself accountable. Now, what's great about this, and while you guys are typing in, maybe asking some questions, what's great about this is you can actually get a loved one involved. Just someone who cares about you, someone who you trust. So that if if you don't get it done, there's a little bit of fear on your end of coming to them with lack of results. You know what I mean? It's okay to do that, but you want someone loving, not hard or mean, unless you prefer it. I'll give you an example. Like me, I'm an athlete. I kind of like it when my coach would look at me and go, what's wrong? Push yourself. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Getting in my face. You can do better. You can do more. That really works for me. All right, that's the kind of accountability I like. All right, fires me up because I know this person cares about me enough to want to get in my face. So no comments, no takeaways yet. I'll let you guys go ahead and type in there. There's a little bit of a delay, so it's totally cool. I'll be watching the chat room. All right, so the next part is now that you've kind of been practicing this, what I want you to do is start practicing it immediately. right away. All right. So Chai says, I beat myself up a lot, so I see how I need to change the perspective. Absolutely, my dear. And this is why if I was working with you, I would never get down on you, because you get down on yourself a little too much. What I would do is help you see how hard you are on yourself. So awesome. Thank you very much, Nancy. To reward yourself, even if you fail, right? Now, the rewards don't have to be big, just something simple. But you're going to reward yourself for being honest, not just, oh, I failed, here's my reward, right? Got it, Nancy? I love it. And I know that you get that concept, but I just kind of want to send it home. Reward yourself for being honest. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is, now that we've kind of understand this process for ourselves, we're not going to wait until we learn how to do it for ourselves. We're going to practice with us while we practice with people that we care about. All right. And we can start with your friends, your kids, or people in your business. Right. And so with network marketing, start with those people on your front line, your builders or your sharers or your leaders who say to you, hey, I'd like to do this as a business, even if it's just part-time. And you're going to go to them, and these are the questions you're going to ask. And I want you to write these questions down. Okay. Same questions you would ask yourself. Say, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to work together every week or every 2 weeks or every month, depending on what they want. And say, the first thing I want to do is I want you to give me a list of the things that you want to accomplish. Oh, awesome, Kristen. Good. So this is real simple. I want you to write down these 4 questions. The first question is, what do you want? Okay, write that down. These are the questions you're going to ask the people that you're setting up to support and help. Okay. And by the way, as you're writing these questions down, I want you to understand that this has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. You being able to hold people accountable, it's got nothing to do with you. So don't bring you to this meeting. You are not part of this meeting. It's not your business. It's their business. And all you're doing is trying to help support them. So I don't care who you are. It's got nothing to do with you. It's about them. Got it? First question, what do you want? Second question, you're going to ask them, why does it matter? Simple. Keep it real simple. Hear their story. Hear their pain. And if they come to you with a story that you're like, that's not inspiring, I need more, tell me, why is that important? Okay? Tell me, why is that important? Keep asking that question. Why is that important? Okay, the third question is, what are you willing to do to get it? Make a guarantee right now. Promise, what are you willing? Okay, what are you willing to do? And if they ask you, what should I do? Say, well, let's start with, what are you willing to do? Keep it simple. Like, look, if you're willing to study and learn what the steps are, then great. How often? 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, an hour a day, what? Tell me your level of commitment. Show me your level of commitment. Commitment means doing what's required, doing what you said you're going to do, and doing it despite your negative doubts and self-doubts and fears, your thoughts and your emotions, right? So what are you committed to doing? What are you willing to do to get what you want? Okay, so again, I'll repeat. First 3 questions are, you want to write them down. What do you want? Second question, why does it matter? Third question, what are you willing to do to get what you want? And the fourth question, the last one, what would you like me to do to support you? That's it. That's it. Boom. Just those 4 questions, my friends. And your goal is, in asking these 4 questions, is digging and understanding who these people are. You can't hold people accountable if you don't know them. So guess what I'm asking you to do? Get to know them. Get to know them really well. Some people aren't comfortable with sharing all they are, but make them feel comfortable, man. Give them some oils. Whatever you got to do, help people trust you. And how you help people trust you is you become very curious about everything that matters to them. Start now. Now, here's what I want you to know. You're going to make mistakes. Stop it with the fear of them making mistakes. Winston Churchill said that courage, okay, I want you to be courageous. Courage is going from mistake to mistake, failure to failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. That's what I want you guys to have, is courage. Courage to keep going, to mess this up, but keep your enthusiasm. Keep going. That's it, my friends. Those are the 2 massive tips that I'm going to share with you right now. We're running up on the 30-minute mark, but I promised you, I want you to feel excited, because here's the reason that it's so powerful to hold people accountable. And remember, I'll go back and I'll do a little reminder of all the tips I just shared. But what I want you guys to understand is that the more you get to know people, the more you get to understand their problems and their pain, the more you connect with them, because you get to realize how you have the same kind of problems. And the more inspired you become to never quit on them. And that means never quitting on yourself, pushing yourself to another level, because you need to know what it feels like for them at all times. You know, the people that I work with, my clients, I feel obligated to constantly push myself and hold myself accountable, because I need to know where they are when I'm asking them to do things that scare them. So I have to do things that scare me. And I promise you right now, doing a webinar without slides and all the fancy movements and all that crap, and I say crap because it's really not, I don't even think it's relevant. I don't think it's needed right now. For me to do a webinar like this, which is basically like a Periscope or a Facebook Live, let's be honest, what this is, right? Without all the fancy slides and all the stuff telling you what to do, you know, that's out of my comfort zone. I have some fears about that. I'm not 100% sure this is going to work, but I'm committed to finding out, and I'm committed to you. I care. So those are the two tips. Now remember, when you are done asking those questions and finding out what they're willing to do, you make those agreements, right? Say, okay, all this list of things that you asked me to do to support you, I can do this, 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 and this, or I can do it all. And as the person who's holding them accountable, you have to have some demands as well. So you come to them with two simple demands. The first one is, okay, first agreement I would like for you to make is to let me know when you're in fear or self-doubt, that you will immediately contact me instead of keep it to yourself. All right, so you got to write that down. These are the two requirements I always ask my clients or anybody in my business. So look, I agree to do all this to support you. I need something from you. Number one, contact me if you're feeling fearful or in doubt or scared or in that moment. I want you to contact me. Okay, that's the first thing. The second one is that you ask me what I can do to support you again going forward, to continuously ask me for help. As long as you can keep those two agreements with me, I will keep all of those agreements with you. Remember, no expectations. And we'll go forward. The following week or 2 weeks or whatever it is you set the next date of following up, you just do what we talked about before. The two questions. Number one, did it get done? All right. And here's some reward or recognition. Okay, remember that reward you had set up? Go for it. You get to do it. Congratulations. Thank you for working so hard. And let's set up another date for next week. And then if they didn't get it done, just ask them. Tell me how that happened. All right. I want you guys to see something. I created this form. I just created this my own. This is so I can work with everybody I work with. It's real simple. I like to go through this. This is a great tip. Here's the deal. This is my personal coaching form. So I got their name and the date and when we worked out. I got 3 lines here. This is tell me the last week's success. I always meet with them. The first thing I say is tell me 3 things that went really well last week. And I list them out. I don't let them start giving me some negativity. I said, tell me the last 3 things that worked really well. I don't care how small they are. And then I have a little space here for notes and things that they say. I write them down. And then I go over a training of some sort. I teach them something that really worked, something small and simple. And I make a list of what that training was. And then right here, I got 2 tasks that I want them to complete by next week. And I'm going to challenge them and say, I'm going to give you 2 tasks. Will you agree to do them? And they'll say yes, right? Of course. And 2 simple tasks that I know they can complete, so that when the following week comes, I go pull out my form and I got my information from last week. We go over it. And I say, hey, did you these are the 2 tasks you said you were going to do. Did you get them done? Right? And if yes, great. Congratulations. Here's your reward. Whatever that is, some kind of recognition. Recognition works really well. Or I'll say, all right, if you didn't get it done, cool. Tell me what happened. How did that happen? What got in your way? You promised me you were going to communicate with me if you got fearful and so on. You know, what's happening there? And it's not negative. It's loving. It's supporting. It's consistent. And that's the key. Cool? Okay, I shared with you a lot of tips. I went over just a couple of minutes, but I want you guys to go ahead and take a minute here and ask me some questions. Give me some things that, you know, I've shared some great tips here, but maybe not, it's all, you know, not everything there that you need. So go ahead and ask me some questions here in the chat, unless you feel like you've got enough. If you feel fired up right now to start going and talking to people and connecting with people, let me know too, because I'm ready to share a little awesome little surprise that I got for you guys. For those of you guys who have waited to the end here, like I promised, I've got something really special. So Jackie says, thank you. Oh my gosh, Jackie, you're so welcome. All right, I'm gonna just give you guys one more moment here. Just there's a little bit of a delay, so I want to make sure that I've given you enough time to ask any questions, or maybe you can get some specific suggestions based on something you might be going through. So I'm hoping you guys are excited about going through this process, and I want you guys to even share this webinar with people in your organization to help them be inspired to hold other people accountable, including themselves. All right, so I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions in the chat, so I'm just going to jump right in. Oh, awesome. I love it. Speaking right directly to you. That's awesome. I love it. Okay. See how I mean? It's just simple. I didn't have to come up with a bunch of slides, but I am excited to share something with you guys. So here, real quick, I'm just going to tell you guys a story. So back in 2013, 1 month before I quit my job. Awesome, Nancy. I'm glad you're ready. So 1 month before I quit my job, I knew that we were going places. I knew our business was taking us places, but I wanted to document it, and I really wanted to share it. So we created a podcast, or I created a podcast. Angela and I worked on together, and it's called Mama's Little Biz. All right, at the time it had a different name, but basically it's called Mama's Little Biz. And all we wanted to do was share our adventures, share what we knew was working with our business and the reality. We wanted to tell the truth about network marketing and keep it positive and uplifting, and in the hopes that maybe people would be inspired to do it on their own. And so we started sharing that. And after about a year, or 6 months to a year of doing that podcast, once in a while, we didn't really do it all the time or even every week. We did it once in a while. We were getting emails and letters from people who were being inspired by what we were teaching. More importantly, people were taking them as trainings and applying them to their own business and actually getting results. That was very exciting for me. I didn't see that coming. So cut to now, about a year later, people were starting to email me or message me. Eddie, this is available. Watch again, isn't it? Yes, it is available again to watch again. So you'll be able to go through it again. People were constantly asking me and Angela for coaching advice. They wanted tips. They wanted real things that were going to help them. And they trusted us to deliver something that was going to make a difference for them. But there was a problem. I couldn't spend the time with them that I wanted to. We had a business that we had to focus on. We had leaders we had to focus on. And so I continued to just focus on our leaders, but desperately wanted to help other people that wanted information from us, things that were working, right? And so by the time we hit Diamond, we were constantly being asked questions. And so I decided, that's it. All right, I'm opening a coaching business. People could pay me for my time, and I'll support them even if they're not in our business. I'll coach them one-on-one. I loved it. It's been wonderful. But a big problem started coming along. And the problem was I had people ask me to coach them, but they couldn't afford my time. And that hurt me. I'm like, that sucks. So I created a group coaching program where my coaching costs were significantly less, right? I didn't have to work with them directly one-on-one constantly, but within a group, I could still deliver powerful results, right? And be able to create something and at a far more affordable price. But once again, there were still people who wanted to work with us, but couldn't afford that until now. I'm so excited, guys. And you guys are here. You were the first ones to hear about this, okay? You are the absolute first people. I'm a little nervous because I'm just excited. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm just going to share it with you. So I promise you it's been worth your time to hang out and watch. Let's see if I've got it up and ready to go. Not yet. Hold on 1 second. Let me go grab, let me grab the screen. I'm out of my mind excited about this. So let's do this. Okay. Oh, come on, you're back. Okay. Screen share. Here we go. Okay. It's going to look weird. It's going to have this weird dimension thing happen. Don't worry about that. I'm just going to show you here what I'm talking about. Let's go. Here it is right here. Okay. I'm going to bring back my chat just briefly. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. So I hope you guys can see this. 1 second. And there you go. Okay. This is what's called basically what it is. It's a membership training site. All right. I don't know if you guys, I'm hoping you guys can see this really good. Tell me if you can see it. I'm trying to move the chat so I can see the chat a little bit better. So pardon me. All right. So what this is that Angela and I have created numerous trainings that have been beneficial to our business. Incredible trainings that have helped people. All right. What I did was I've actually captured a couple of them, just a small amount, and put them up on a website where you can actually go there anytime you want, watch them, and take whatever tips you're learning. It's a little fuzzy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do my best still to try and show this. But basically what it is to give these trainings available to you. Vivian says it's blurry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm just gonna have to roll with it, guys. But don't worry, I'm gonna give you this website, access to this website in just a second. But basically what this is it's a website. But man, I'm so excited. You know what? Here, let me go back to my screen share, and this will. There you go. Okay. So basically what it is a website where we can have all these fabulous trainings that Angela and I both, okay, are putting together specifically for people, whether they're in our business or not. This website is going to actually help people with small trainings to actually give you things that'll be able to move you forward without the overwhelming feeling of spending all kinds of time, taking trainings. I've done tons of trainings. I've gone through numerous webinars. I've spent thousands of dollars on online trainings. And my biggest thing that I hate with some of these trainings is that they're way too long. There's way too much content. And if I don't go through it within a certain amount of time, I get this negative feeling and I get down on myself. And ultimately, it takes me forever to go back. I'm done with that. I don't want that anymore. I want something small and simple, easily digestible, that's going to give you massive results without the feeling of overwhelm. Got it? Awesome. And guess what? We're taking it an extra step further. I love it because there's numerous ways that we can actually guarantee success. One of them is coaching. That's this, right? We got the coaching, okay? The setting goals, that is easy because all we have to do is inspire you guys to write down these things that you want. But here is the kicker, all right? Not only are these trainings small and short and actually going to get you results, and I'll tell you what kind of trainings in just a second, but I'm also going to create, and this is my favorite, in less than a month, I'm going to create a rewards and recognition section for people who are very early on in their business. And so with doTERRA, for example, there's 3 ranks that don't get recognized that I'm putting it into that. And there's the executives, the elites, and the premiers. There's going to be a recognition page for these 3 people, especially these 3 groups of people, because they're the ones that are moving forward in their business. They're the ones that are trying. So here's my deal. Once again, look at this. Executives, elites, and premiers. And for those of you guys who are not in doTERRA, these are the 3 very early ranks that help other people rank advance. It's a very important position, but they don't get recognized the way that they should. And that's coming to an end. Angela and I are very passionate about rewards and recognition, and we're creating an entire recognition page for everybody. So let me explain what you're getting once again with this site. Short, simple trainings that have massive results, right? Underwhelming, so you can get through them quicker and have plenty of time to get through they're done. And ultimately, we're creating recognition and reward. How awesome is that? We're even going to be doing trainings, simple trainings on setting goals and so on. So what kind of trainings are we? That's what I want to get to. What kind of trainings are in here? There's 2 right now. There's 2 trainings that are short by Angela on how to get Facebook recruiting accurate, how to get it done correctly. Angela created our entire business through Facebook. And so she is the authority on this. She knows how to take friends from Facebook and turn them into real life friends. And there are just only 2 30 to 45-minute trainings on how to do this, just 2. And you'll get a whole month to be able to go through these, just 2 short little trainings that'll have and give you massive results. And the second section, which is all me, is my favorite, it's mindset training. And so what you're going to learn in this mindset training, there's 2 different trainings in there. One was a long training I did a while back on a daily power routine for life and network marketing. That one's in there. And then a short, okay, and I mean a short 30-minute routine, 30-minute training. I'll get to that question in a second, Kirsten. A short 30-minute routine on how to do affirmations and visualizations correctly. This one I love. It's a short 25-minute training. And once you take that training, you're going to be so excited and learn how to do affirmations properly in a way that actually helps you form the mindset that you want to, that you need to create in order to get what you want that you don't have right now. How awesome is that? All right. So I'm going to try it one more time. This is beyond exciting. And I've also created a referral system for you guys. So here's what's cool. Not only will you get this site, okay, and you'll be able to stay on this on a monthly basis. You can cancel it and stop it anytime, but you're also going to get the reward recognition. I'm also in the entire month of October set up a simple reward referral system for every person that you refer to the site, that joins in the site. Every person you refer gets you a point, and the top 5 point earners, all right, the top 5 point earners is going to work with me for 1 straight hour on one thing that'll help you specifically build your network marketing business or help you with your mindset. And you'll get that training recorded, and you'll get that training recorded and sent to you for free, absolutely free, just for referring people to our website. And it's easy. Okay. The site does basically will map it out for everybody. You'll get that recording for free that you can watch over and over again, 1 hour with me, and I can't wait. So the top 5 people that refer people to us will get that benefit for 1 straight hour with me, and I'm so excited about this, guys. So I'm sure you're probably wondering how much this is. Truthfully, working with me and Angela is easily worth thousands of dollars because of the type of money that you can create with a network marketing business with mindset and skills training that we're putting in there. Easily could cost thousands of dollars, but that's the biggest problem. So I've made it ridiculously affordable at just $29 a month. That's it. That's all, guys. And I'm going to show you how to get there. So I'm going to put in the chat room right now, the link on where to get it. So let me go to it's a bit.ly. So give me 1 second while I get the actual link. It'll just take me 10 seconds here. Copy. Okay, and I'm going to put it here in the chat. So I'm hoping yep, there it is right there. Okay, so there's the link right there. I just put it in the chat. So if you see it there, all you got to do is click on that link. And again, it's $29 a month. You can cancel anytime. And there are already 4 short trainings in there, except for one that's really long, but that's not the biggest one on there. There's 4 short trainings in there. Plus there's a training in there on how to tell your story and use it to create followers, passionate followers, and do it in a social setting as well as online. All right, that training is actually coming up in just a couple of weeks. And so you'll get that too. So there's the link, click on it, go right to the page, and jump on there right now so you can start getting the trainings, and you can start getting those trainings immediately, right now, today. For an entire month, you can have access to it. And like I said, you can stop anytime. And guess what I'm going to also throw in there? If in 30 days you're not getting results from the trainings that we're putting in there, just let me know. I'll give you the 29 bucks back. I don't want your money. I want to help you. But I've got to make it something extremely affordable. And I promise you we're over-delivering on these trainings. I've also got some fabulous trainings, some plans in the future when it comes to some of the people that we're interviewing for our podcast. I'm not going to say anything yet on that, but I'm telling you it's coming up. I'm so glad, Vivian, you're loving this. I am too. This is my baby that I've been working on for the last 3 weeks. I've hammered so many details out. I can't say enough about how excited I am about this. So get that program, jump in there right now, start using it, and immediately send this link that I put up here, this bit.ly link, to people. And I got a little simple thing for you. If that link, if you don't want to send that link, you want to send them something, a little bit more information to help them understand who we really are, you can send them to eddieandangela.com. We have a website. I'm so excited about this. eddieandangela.com. Just type all that out. And they can go to that if they prefer. But this is the quickest and easiest way to get in there and start getting the membership and start getting the trainings. The videos are ready for you guys. It's good to go. Start referring now. I love you guys. I hope you guys, Nancy, this is just the beginning. I have so many great plans to help people because I don't want to keep this to myself. I want everybody, and Angela too, we want everybody to know everything we know, and we want everybody to believe in themselves, and we want everybody to be able to have access to the training to get them there. I almost want to cry when I think about how this is the first time you guys are hearing me announce this. So that's it. I'm done. I can't say anything more. Please do me a favor. Put in any comments or questions you might have in the chat. Other than that, invite people to the webinar that I'm doing tomorrow. I'm doing this precise same webinar tomorrow and Saturday because I want to try and get up as many people using this system and start using some things to hold each other accountable moving forward, and also get some of our trainings right away. All right, so I love you guys. I'm gonna wait just a few minutes because there's a delay in the chat. So go ahead and put your comments or questions and I will respond to them now. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys another 8 or 9 minutes if you need. Otherwise, go on, jump on, get yourself the membership site, get those videos. If you have any problems with them, there's a whole thing in there. You'll get emails and such from me on, on being able to troubleshoot or navigate through. So can you type in the site? I mean, so, okay. So all right, let's see. So Jackie says, see you later. Awesome, Jackie, I'll see you later. Have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out, Jackie. I love you to death. I'll see you tomorrow, in fact, right? Yes. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Is it morning? Yeah, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, right on. Jackie, who's in our little coaching group that we're working together, I love her to death, so it's great to see you, Jack. Anybody else? Questions? Nope. Okay, if you have no questions, just let me know. Hey, Eddie, thank you very much. I'm excited. Whatever, something like that, just so I know you're good to go. Because according to what I'm seeing here, I've got 6 people in. Let's see, we've got 6 people in the group, but I can't see who they are. Besides Vivian, Kristen, Nancy, Jackie, and Chai. I hope it's Chai. I always mispronounce that. So everyone good? No other comments, no other questions. I'm excited to let you guys do it. Nancy, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for helping out with me. And I appreciate you guys, that you guys care about what we talk about. Kristen says, thanks, Eddie. Glad I jumped on and off to set up and share. Okay, good. Yay. Kirsten, start sharing right away. I posted what was going on tomorrow. Okay, got you, Jackie. Oh, that's right. I saw it, Jackie. I got you. All right, I'm going to go. I love you guys. Please feel free to find me on Facebook. You guys know where I'm at. Message me on Facebook if you have questions, or if you just want to say hi or thank you or anything like that, or even just want to say, Eddie, you suck. Why are you doing this? I don't know. Whatever your feedback is, I'll take it. And start sharing that Bitly link with people, or just send them to this webinar, in which case I'll bring them some value and announce the site with them. All right. Take care. Love you guys. I'm going to assume everyone's good. I'm just going to give a couple more seconds, because I don't want to run off and there's someone asking a question. I always feel bad when that happens. Looks like we're good. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Have an awesome day.